Hello there, and welcome to Simple Clean Living. I wanted to start sharing my life in a bit of a different way. There are so many things that I've been discovering along my own journey, and so I'm going to be including more of what I'm doing in my life to live more simply. To be honest, the call to live a simple life is getting even stronger than it was before. I'm living each day more mindfully now, and I'm questioning so many things that have been normal in my life, which don't feel like they work well for me anymore. I used to be someone who regularly overworked. I felt like I constantly had to be doing things. I was definitely a part of the hustle culture and felt like I needed to be busy all the time to fit the status quo. I didn't know how to relax, and self care was not a priority. In fact, I rarely listened to what was best for my body and my mental health. But doing that and putting myself last all the time took a toll on my health. I was exhausted and constantly pushing myself past what was okay for me. The past several years have been calling me to learn a different way of being in the world. I've had to learn how to rest. I used to struggle to sit, to be still, and spend time being present in the moment. It was always uncomfortable for me to sit with myself for any length of time. I got bored quickly, and that just made me uncomfortable. But now I've learned to not only enjoy my own company, but to enjoy the stillness. I love those moments when I can just sit and be without feeling like I constantly have to be doing something. I love to sit and watch nature in my own backyard, to see the birds come and feed at my feeders, to see butterflies and dragonflies flit past my window, or even just to watch the breeze playing with the branches of the trees in the woods behind my house. This was one of the greatest lessons of 2020 for me. Spending so much time at home that year forced me to just be still and focus on the beauty in the little things. Learning to love those moments is what has reconnected me with who I really am. And in those moments, I connect with my deeper wisdom. I've gotten off the hamster wheel of life and am walking a very different path than what the world tells me I should be walking. And a lot of people don't understand. But it's my journey, and I'm okay with not following the crowd. Now that spring is here, I am feeling a pull to spend even more time outdoors. As someone who is highly sensitive, spending time in nature is very soothing to me. I have a state park less than 15 minutes from where I live and am able to go there regularly and hike. I am always fascinated by how much nature changes throughout the different seasons. I have noticed that people are so much nicer in the woods. Maybe it's because they are taking time to take care of themselves. Maybe it's because they are slowing down and getting away from their smartphone and computer for a while. But I've never come across someone hiking through nature who was rude. When I was a child, we were always outside. Whether we were playing in the backyard, riding bikes through the neighborhood, or exploring down at the local creek, we spent so much more time out in nature. But I didn't realize until the past few years just how little time I have been spending in nature as an adult. Several years ago, I began to be drawn back to being outside more often. Even when I'm working on my computer, I love having the doors and windows open to hear the sounds of nature and allow fresh air in. Another thing I'm getting back to is eating mostly real food and cooking from scratch again. I had been very good about doing this for a long time, but after losing my dad unexpectedly in September of 2021, I was drawn to eating a lot of the foods I grew up eating, which are mostly highly processed junk foods and fast food. I think food has always been the primary way I've soothed myself throughout my life. It has always been accessible, and you have to eat. So I have gained weight as a result, which has been something I've struggled with for much of my adult life. Like so many people, I was never taught healthy ways to reduce stress and to deal with challenging emotions. While others may turn to alcohol, drugs, shopping too much, or gambling, I always reached for food. Part of my journey now has been to find new ways to soothe myself. Living more simply, spending time in nature, and laughing more have all been helpful. So it's time for me to focus on self-care and allow myself to heal. I'm moving back to an 80-20 way of eating. 80% whole, fresh foods used to make healthier meals, and 20% of foods that may not be quite so healthy. And I'm being more mindful about how quickly and how much I'm eating as well. I'm being very intentional about moving my body more too. My journey now is about becoming the healthiest me I can be. And I look forward to sharing that journey with you. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I do hope you'll come back and visit again. Until next time, be well.